Riddles of the Apocrypha Gospels, the Forbidden Gospels. What is hidden in these Forbidden Gospels? Apocrypha contains a lot of alternative and sometimes inconvenient information for official religious institutions. The irony lies in the fact that older scrolls found in modern times contain information that differs significantly from canonical history, although the date of its creation is much closer to the events described. The Qumran manuscripts, for example, in 1947-48, 46-47, many manuscripts were discovered in Qumran, a territory of modern Israel. The very first finds were discovered by local Bedouin shepherds, Mohammed Ed Dib, his brother Juma Muhammad, and Khalil Musa, between November 1946 February 1947. The shepherds found 7 scrolls in jars in a hard-to-reach cave. In 2017, it was announced that Cave 12 had been found. However, the jars were broken and the texts themselves were not found there. Only one parchment was found, but it turned out to be empty. And according to the official version, the cave was plundered. In total, 981 manuscripts were found during the entire period of the study of the Qumran caves. In particular, the mysterious copper scroll was found in the Qumran caves. Unlike others, it was not made of parchment, but of an alloy of copper and tin. In 1955, the scroll was translated. Its text does not contain scriptures, but lists places where various kinds of artifacts and valuables are hidden. According to the scroll, about 4,000 censers of gold and silver were hidden in the different places. Gold, 1,280 talents. Gold and silver without differentiation, 3,282 talents. Gold bars, 65. Jugs with silver, 608. Gold and silver vessels, 619. So this is a pretty big treasure, isn't it? And according to the official version, these untold riches were not found. Also among the Qumran manuscripts was found the Book of Enoch. It is represented by 25 scrolls. The text of this book was unknown to Europe until the 18th century, when the traveler Bruce discovered the Ethiopian Bible. The Book of Enoch is an apocrypha of the Old Testament. There's also a reference to Enoch, the son of Cain, in the book of the New Testament, the Epistle of Jude 1:14. The content of the Book of Enoch differs from the usual interpretations of the Tanakh and the Holy Bible. The first book, presumably 3 BC, tells how 200 angels descended to earth and took the daughters of men as wives. Angels taught their wives magic and spells, and giants were born to angels and their wives. These are like the Holy Bible, Genesis 6. Now, the Azazel taught the people to make swords and knives and shields and armor, and taught them to see what was behind them, and taught them the arts, wrists and articles of adornment, and the use of white and rouge, and the adornment of eyebrows, and the adornment of the most precious and most excellent stones, and all kinds of colored material and metals of the earth. And great wickedness appeared, and many indecent things, and the people sinned, and all their ways were perverted. Amazerek taught all sorts of spells and cutting roots. Armaros, the dissolution of spells. Barakal, observation of the stars. Kokabel, signs. And Tamel taught the observation of the stars, and Astrodel taught the motion of the moon. The book then proceeds to a presentation that is somewhat reminiscent of the Divine Comedy by Dante, written from 1308 to 1321. And they, the angels, carried me away to one place where there were figures like a blazing fire, and when they wanted to, they appeared to be people. And I saw all the great rivers, and came to the great darkness, and came to where all mortals walk. And I saw the cornerstone of the earth, and I saw the 4 winds that carry the earth, and the foundation of the sky. And over that cleft I saw one place, which had neither the heavenly firmament above it, nor the earthly foundation below it. There was no water or birds on it, but it was an empty space. And only I, Enoch, beheld the limits of everything, and no man saw them as I saw them. And I went around to one place where there was no thing. The Book of Enoch is steeped in mysticism and hidden allegories. According to the style of presentation, it resembles Ecclesiastes, probably written in the 5th or 3rd centuries BC, which is one of the general outlines of the Tanakh and the Old Testament. The second Book of Enoch is called Slavonic, as it has been preserved only in the Slavonic Church. The Slavonic Book of Enoch, or the Book of the Ascension of the Righteous Enoch, is known in the lists of Russian, Serbian, Moldovan, and Bulgarian origins of the 15th century, early 18th centuries. The book describes an apocryphal cosmogony, including Enoch's visit to the seven heavens and his encounter with God. The third Book of Enoch is a mystical text of eschatological content of end times, dating back to the 5th or 4th centuries AD, performed in Hebrew with fragments in Aramaic, Greek, and Latin. The text is composed as a message from Rabbi Ishmael ben Elisha about his conversation with the angel Metatron. It's considered one of the pearls of Jewish mystical thought, one of the bridges between early Jewish esotericism and the medieval mysticism of German Hasidism. In the mass perception of religions, there are many misconceptions that are formed by canonical texts. For centuries, religion has been used as a means of manipulation, so the stereotypical idea of the world religions today does not allow us to conclude that in reality the scriptures are an ancient and deep human search for the spiritual basis of their existence. Differences in form, in names, in rituals should not create obstacle between people of different faiths. The Apocrypha is a message from antiquity which should expand the consciousness of the modern man, give him a platform for a new worldview, where God and the idea of him are not a bone of contention, but personifies a person's constant search for answers to the eternal questions of his being. And this is on Soul Ask. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.